Welcome back, everybody. The Great Tactician, the Civil War. Grandpa Gaming is episode 10 for our Rebel Spring of 61 European only campaign. So, last episode got a little hot. We had one major action, one minor action happening. We had the 4th Battle of Richmond, which was a little bloodier than I expected it to be, but went very much in our favor. And we had a 2nd Battle of Chattanooga, which I think was, I'm fairly certain was an accidental battle. I don't think it was a planned fight on the AI's part. I think they were just trying to get past me and initiate another combat. That still proved to be a fairly interesting fight, even with the low numbers, just because of the weaponry that's available to us in that army. It's just not that great of a fight. But things are looking kind of steady right now on the map. Troops are starting to move into winter quarters. The Army of Tennessee immediately moved into winter quarters right after that fight. So they're going to be staying at Chattanooga for the rest of the winter. Over at Fort Smith, the Federal Army that's in this area just keeps popping in and popping out of view. So they're being a little catty over here. I'm not really sure what they are planning. But the Western Army has gone into winter quarters also. So they're going to remain at Fort Smith for the time being. No more action is going to be basically taken. I'm not going to be making any more offensive moves at all for the winter, as it's November now. Confederate States Army has reached Lynchburg, which is what's going to be their winter quarters. They haven't gone to winter quarters yet, but they should be in them in a day or two. And same with the Army of Virginia. Not exactly in winter quarters yet, but they're going to be staying in Richmond for the rest of the winter. Up here in Maine, we still have the siege ongoing against Fort Knox. Slowly, ever so slowly shifting in the direction of our forces. Hopefully, once we get the siege train perk built up, it will go faster. And just south of there, Purgatory, we have the Army of New Hampshire, the Army of New England, and the 37th Army all converging on the Army of Maine. We have gone into winter quarters, so we're going to be stuck here. If I remember last time we campaigned up here, and going back well over almost 2 years ago now, last time I tried this invasion of Maine scenario. We're probably going to be stuck in place until about May. We're going to be able to get everybody else moving around April. I think we're going to be stuck in place until about May up here in Maine. But these armies are on the way. They're still on the ground. I'm hoping that slows them down a little bit. It tricks them a little bit. We're not looking at too many troops. They don't have as many soldiers as they did last time, if I recall correctly. We might have about an even matchup up here. All right, so it is November 1st, so it's time for the November monthlies. All right, current rating of our nation is a minus, which is very good. Our debt did increase by 25 million. We did cut one bond. Current economy cycle is recovery. Well, this says A minus, this says A. Something doesn't match up here. I only have the 2 reports, so okay. Total export volumes over the one building was constructed, one more prison camp was constructed as the one we started constructing down here at Marshall. Total export volumes over the last month was 498 out with 446 coming in. So we're actually ahead of the game on imports, exports there. Average core production over the last 3 months was 237 million, to change of plus 29 million. And our economy lacks iron ore, food, iron, the usual stuff that we are lacking. Honestly, the only way to really fix the iron issue is to invade up into Wisconsin, which is where all the iron mines in this game are. Intelligence. Federal government is now working on the Tariff Act. They've done some administration reform. It says they've recruited 0 men into 0 brigades. I don't think that's accurate at all. It says they started building 6 more ships. AI loves building ships for some reason. And Federal armies are currently at 54% on morale with the loss of 1 officer killed in action. So, I think we killed more in action in the last month than that, but I'm not exactly sure. It's not something I keep track of on paper. Alrighty, so going to the strategy screen. National morale, Federals are 81 to our 94. National support, where Federals are 85 to our 90. Morale of armies, our armies are at 53. We're at 86, so that report was accurate. Man in the field, they have 138,895 in the field to our 144,000. So we actually have more soldiers in the field than the Federals do. That's very, very, very rare for that to happen. Navy tonnage, they have 80,000 tons in the water. We have 11,000 tons in the water. Battles won, they're at 2 to our 12. Total casualties, they're at 65,913 to our 36,893. Finances. We're actually not doing too badly. We're spending $256 million more than we're bringing in. But I've seen a lot worse numbers even after the end of the first year. So we're actually doing fairly well on that one at this point. It's going to get worse. It's going to get a lot worse once we start getting new weapons online. It becomes more expensive to maintain those weapons, more expensive to get the ammunition. But we're doing fairly well in that aspect right now. Policies. We're still working on Diplomacy 3. That'll be done in 13 more days. As soon as that is done, we'll be rolling down right into Diplomacy 4. And then Military 2. And then straight down to the Mexican intervention to support the French. And then we'll roll back over to industrialization. Though I may go over New Government Funding 1 first. I'm not sure yet. There's a lot of things you want to do, but you only get so much time to do it in. We probably should do the Free Trade Act also. Things to do. You got to prioritize what you want to get done. Projects. What do we have available? Not much. We don't have to worry about railroad construction. Our railroads are built already because we took the Southern Pacific Railroad. What we're going to do is subsidize industry. And we're going to save money on this side, though. Do we take suppressed population? I want to let that money build up some more. And I'm going to let the political money subsidize more. Because there's other projects that we want to grab. So we need some propaganda. We need counter-propaganda. These things are expensive. Military money-wise, we just need to save up more and more money. We just don't have enough coming in. We're not like the federal government. We just don't have the same amount of money. So a lot of projects on hold right now. Recruitment-wise, I am pausing all unit requests for right now as we just don't have the troops. We don't have volunteers available, really. So the volunteers I do have available are basically enough to keep us. It says I have 26,000 available down here, but there's really not that much available. I got 463 in Alabama, 202 in Arizona, 0 in Arkansas, 0 in Connecticut, 684 out of Delaware, 6 in Florida, 1,900 in Georgia, 1,400 in the Indian Territory, 1,000 in Kansas, 1,900 in Kentucky, 847 in Louisiana. The only 2 states that, and I can't even field full-size brigades, are Tennessee and West Virginia with any troops right now. West Virginia's not technically a state. So, all recruitment is on hold right now because these volunteers are really going to be needed to backfill the ranks of existing units. So until more troops become available, all recruitment's on hold. So I did put a message about that in Discord. So what we have now is what we have. So we do have units available to go. We have the Virginia Flying Battery, Battery Wagner, Code Cook's Heartthrobs, the Carolina Honey Badgers, Czech Legion, Confederate Legionnaires, 1st Mountain Brigade, Cosgray's Copperheads, and the Pearl River Padfoots are all ready to go. So let's go figure out where they are going. So the Mountain Brigade was raised specifically for the Confederate States Army, so they're going to go into the 1st Infantry Division. And 2 more brigades are going to the Western Army to fill out their 3rd Infantry Division. They do have an engineers. They have an engineer. Like, not all my armies have an engineer brigade yet. The Western Army does, as they were specifically raised for it. So who else is going out there? Missouri. K.O. Cook's Heartthrobs. And the Czech Legion out of Texas. Full Army of Tennessee, Army of Maine. All right, that leaves us 4 brigades available. I might make ourselves an additional small corps, kind of like the Confederate States Army, but with volunteers, or I backfill some of these other divisions. So, Virginia Flying Battery and Battery Wagner. You're South Carolina, you're Virginia. 3 batteries. Army of Tennessee, 2 batteries. Virginia Flying Battery, you're going to the Western Army to be their 3rd battery. And Battery Wagner, you're going to the Army of Tennessee. And I am actually undecided with these last 4 brigades. I like the Confederate States Army at the size it is right now. Even add that extra brigade, I'm not really too crazy about, as they were small enough where they stayed within, and this is the only corps that I could do that stayed within our transport capacity. This is going to put them over transport capacity. But they do kind of need the extra number. Some of these brigades are pretty small now. What I may do is, once we're fully set into winter quarters, I may transfer these units around to pull combat units out of line and send them back to Tradoc for rest and refit. And send these units to replace them. I think that's what I'm going to do. This will allow me to pull some units out of line. And I'll do that. That's something I'll do off screen. And I think that covers everything for right now. So looks like our next major incident is going to be up here in Maine. So I'll be back. All right, it's still November 1st, and we do have our action here up in Maine. It's now 10:30 in the morning, and we have the Army of New England, the Army of New Hampshire, and the 37th Army with 33,761 infantry, 3,565 cavalry, 41 guns under the command of Samuel Curtis, who's the commander of Army of New England. Going up against our Army of Maine with 24,000 infantry, 6,700 cavalry, and 73 guns under the command of my avatar. So we're a little under strength from them, but we do have the artillery advantage. I'm hoping we're going to have try and get the same setup we had last time. We'll get them trapped out in the open. If we're on the same map. If we can get them trapped out in the open again underneath our guns, it should be a fairly easy fight to win. Welcome, my grunts, to the second battle of Augusta, Maine. We are on the Willow Garden map this time. There's no The most northern map there is, I believe, is the Gettysburg map, and you only get that if you're around Gettysburg itself specifically. Uh, we do have a fairly large deployment area. We are defending Log Cabin Lane back here by the Stanley Farmhouse. And the Federals have one entry road, and that is down here west of Foggy Top Mountain. So, what I want to do is defend over here at the town of Willow Garden itself. The map says these are heights here. They're not really heights right here. So, what I want to do is set up a defense from the edge of this fence right here, kind of in an L shape or a lazy V right here, along the back end of this hill line and up into the woods here with the infantry and have the cavalry up here on these heights overlooking this road here in case they try to get around us. Trying to limit the maneuverability of the federal forces as much as we can because we've seen them doing some interesting maneuvers lately. Ooh, my avatar's all the way back there. So I'm going to be a fairly straightforward defense. I'm going to have because they weren't in the last fight for the most part, I'm going to have the Italian Battalions pick up the defense along the road here on the backside of this hill line. The grunts over here, and we're going to have the Hell's Hounds in reserve as they took the most casualties in the last fight. So they're going to sit reserve for this battle. So straightforward defense. Going to try and get my artillery mostly into the tree line here up on these heights looking down this direction. Hopefully get a crossfire on the Federals. No crazy defense for this one. All right, it's now a little after 12 in the afternoon. We do have the first Federal side, and they are coming down the road here. Apparently, either I missed this or the Federals took this entry point over along Lonesome Road. I don't think I missed this. I think the Federals took this point over on Lonesome Road. So it looks like they're advancing up Lonesome Road. Not really changing their line of approach at all. So we do have our troops set up. The last of the batteries are getting into position. They just got to cross these wood lines here. And I do have skirmishers out along here and back in through town over here. I couldn't put up them in the buildings themselves, sadly. I was hoping to really do a good delaying action at the town, but that was not to be. Probably should have sent my skirmishers a little further forward here to delay them back in this open field here while we finish getting into position, but it is what it is. Looks like Army of New England's coming at us first. And they're going to be running into skirmishers out of the bastards. It looks like they have them sighted already. Now, we are showing a minor defeat. Our morale is not that good. It's only at 43. Theirs is at 64. So we do have to be very careful about this fight. I'm kind of iffy on having the skirmishers out. It looks like I may have to shift the Hell's Hounds over sooner than I thought. Yeah, I think I let them side us too soon. Let's get the infantry over here. The cavalry's not well armed yet. They cannot really put up with a good infantry fight. Or are they just trying to march around us? They maybe just try to get around us. We still don't have good guns in this army either. Everybody's still got 6-pounders, except for the one battery of 12-pounders. Now it looks like they're flushing in the battle line. Okay. I was really hoping they'd come up into here, but it looks like the fighting is going to be happening over here. Well, we'll let this develop a little more. I'll be back. All right, it's now 12:40, and skirmishing has started, and they are pushing in on my cavalry line, coming in at the wannabe Rangers under Norris. So we got to shove in at them because we still only have mixed cavalry weapons with this unit. Though this infantry brigade doesn't look like it's much better armed than we are. The infantry is on its way over. It's going to be a while before they get there. They got to get through these woods first. And apparently my guns can't sight into this tree line right here for some reason, which is really annoying. The hell are you guys doing? It looks like we're getting a slightly better advantage over here with the cavalry fight. Not much of one. Boy's even firing. Why are you showing his idle? These guys are in range. Why is fire at will not turned on? What the hell? Huh, that's just weird. That infantry still coming up. Definitely getting the better exchange with my skirmishers, at least. Emus, come on down. Shiners, bring your skirmishers. At the double, boys. The Rangers are not going to hold out much longer. Not their first fight, but they're not battle hardened yet either. There we go, that shorted them up. All right, push those brigades away. You do not have good siding there at all, do you? Come down here. Skirmishers are being kicked back in. Finish that damn brigade off. Boys, hang in there. Help is on the way. Hellhounds, get down here. I think the Rangers are done for this fight. The hell are you doing? I just told you to engage them. Why are you advancing over there? The hell? Or they get into hand-to-hand with this retreating unit. They got into hand-to-hand. That's not good. Keep firing, boys. Shit, that just broke them. Fuck. I knew that was going to happen. The glitchiness of this game sometimes, that should have not broken them. But it broke the federal unit too, and the bayous have reformed. All right, let's pull you boys back. Rangers, let's get Boys mounted and get out. Irish Hellhounds can take up position here. I think I may end up shifting my lines forward. What does your siding look like? Yours is not that good either. I could have sworn I told you guys to pull back. Are these guys going straight for those batteries? I think they might be. Slow them down. Enough riders. Maybe I hit them too soon. Let's keep them out of canister range. Yeah, they're just inside canister range now. Nice. What the hell? They are being very aggressive. Wow. Federals are being really aggressive. What the hell are you guys doing? I told you to advance. Oh, come on. Not that scrap again. It's just the start of the episode. Not liking the way things are playing out right now. What the hell is going on with this unit? There we go. front. They're approaching town now. Still Army of New England. Haven't seen any of the other armies yet, looks like. Trying to lay them through town here. Okay, here comes the Army of New Hampshire now. These boys are still hanging on out here. No idea what this battery's doing, but they're kind of gifting themselves to my artillery, so I'll take it. Wow, you guys broke fast. That's why they're not taking too much damage. It's the lay of the land here. So cut your fire so you're not wasting any more ammo on them. Bring your skirmishers in. Taking 9 losses and your stability's already that low. Come on. Got my 3-to-1 casualties right now. Not really helping us too much. We gotta drag their morale down. It is down to 53. This brigade's just kind of hanging in like hard. Who is the commander of the 1st Division Army of New England? He is fighting hard. Benham? And he's fighting like this? Really? Night skirmishers in town are getting pushed in. Already used up a good chunk of their ammo just fighting this one brigade. Back to the wood line. I thought they were advancing against the barracks, so I sent the Duff Riders down. I think they could stay there for right now. Just dismount and put them in loose order and lay them down. Actually, go give me that detachment. Keep them away from those guns. Good job, boys. Now send me out a detachment to get those. Or cavalry cannot grab guns. I never usually use cavalry to grab guns. They're not sending out anybody to get them. Once you get these guys cleared off, we'll go get this battery. Fight's kind of spreading down the line. Oh, really spread down the line. Shit, they got right on top of my battery. Let's push in. They came through town faster than I expected. They are trying every quarter. God, I gotta get more rifled muskets. Something I actually forgot to do before this battle with the monk was hand out weapons. I gotta do that right after this fight. Alright, get out there and support the Duff Riders. Nice little crossfire going on right here with the Graybeards and the fried rocket chickens. Good job, boys. Heights here are making a kind of a bigger difference than I expected them to. Bayou's coming over here. Duff's been seen in. All right, we've shifted over to a minor victory. We got them down to 43 morale. We're down to 40. We're doing very good. What the hell is the Army of New Hampshire commander doing in our lines? Funneling more troops to this fight over here. Now we're going to shift this entire division. It's going to leave a flank in the air, but I really don't think we can avoid it right now. I want to get some men out to get these guns between the lines, but I don't think we could safely get anybody out to grab them and drag them back. Still haven't even seen the 37th. Is this them now? Yep, 37th Army coming up. You guys are stabilized. Let's keep you out on this flank here in the wood line. Spicy meatballs. Come on out. You've been missing the action. Gotta spread the love around. These guys are retreating into our lines. When they retreat into our lines, they should be surrendering. BS if they don't. Please go get them. Boys coming back for some more, huh? Maybe not. Let's get you on top of this hillock. Outside of the 37th Army, I think we've broken them. Pick me out some skirmishers, get rid of those guns. There's a bunch of you boys out here. Not gonna let me grab those? Really? Brigades off, and we'll get those guns drugged back into our lines. Did we force that brigade to surrender? No, we did not. There they are. Having them up at squad broke. I got support on the way, boys. My rockets, I want you shifting up this direction. Keep sending their battered brigades back into this fight down in town. Damn, Graybeards are taking it. I didn't even notice that. We're gonna have to spicy meatballs try and clear out the town. Now the crossfire the officers and the Federals have been, should have a lot of officer casualties, I'm hoping. Stay on them, push them back. I don't know, that cavalry unit's glitched. Looks like it's glitched. Let's push forward. With the short fuses. Clear this division out of the town. These guys reform behind us, I'm gonna be so angry. That's it. Catch him in the crossfire. That damn cavalry finally went away. They still got fresh brigades back here they haven't thrown into the fight. Well, this battle looks to be about over. The hell you boys doing? Get moving. Moonshiners are out of ammo. Is the 37th finally coming forward? Looks like they might be. Yeah. Southern Highlanders, don't break on me. And they are retreating. All right, cavalry, get out there and get some. There's enough riders. I'm like, I'm missing a cavalry brigade. Still haven't reformed. Don't think we can drag this up to a major victory, sadly. I'd like to get up to the 37th Army's units, but they're completely fresh. Come on, get over here, Rangers. Not letting these guns get away. Get them to 23% casualties. Maybe we can push it. Stay on them. $23.9. We're almost there. Stay on them. Don't let them go. The hell? Come on. Again with that damn glitch. God damn it, get after them. Now it feels like the game's just purposely slowing me down. Bayous is still stuck. Get them, boys. There's our major victory. Now I can just speed this along now. That fight was all over the damn place. Holy crap. They showed a fair bit of aggression during that fight. Way more than I was expecting. So we took down 8,000 of their 33,000 infantry, 850 of their 3,500 cavalry. Got all 55 of their guns. Total loss of 9,500 of their 38,000 men. We lost 2,200 of our 24,064 infantry, 856 of our 6,765 cavalry, 12 of our 73 guns. We do get those back because one of our batteries did break. Total loss of 3,134 of our 31,911 men. So 3-1 on the losses. Not bad. All right, combat report time. All right, Hell's Hounds. Southern Highlanders did 313 to infantry, captured 2, 4 to cavalry, 1 to artillery patrol, 320. Irish Hellhounds did 119 to infantry, 173 to cavalry, 48 to artillery patrol, 340. Austin's brigade did 486 to infantry, and plus up to 49, caught some command staff there. Losses: Southern Highlanders 58 dead, 260 wounded, 62 missing, total 380. Aggregate strength 1,986, 16% casualties. Irish Hellhounds 34 dead, 141 wounded, 40 missing, total 215. Aggregate strength 2,228, 9% casualties. Austin's brigade 39 dead, 192 wounded, 40 missing, total 271. Aggregate strength 2,376, 10% casualties. The Bastards, Graybeards, did 1,180 to infantry, captured 132, did 20 to cavalry for total 1,345. Fried Rocket Chickens did 1,008 to infantry, captured 165, 75 to cavalry, 14 artillery, captured 49 for total 1,319. Tennessee Moonshiners did 886 to infantry, captured 185, 62 to cavalry for total 1,143. Losses, Graybeards, 67 dead, 394 wounded, 70 missing for a total 531. Aggregate strength 2,197, 19% casualties. Fried Rocket Chickens, 27 dead, 131 wounded, 63 missing, total 221. Aggregate strength 2,464, 8% casualties. Tennessee Moonshiners, 27 dead, 215 wounded, 38 missing, total 280. Aggregate strength 2,481, 10% casualties. Time Stallions, Hua Legion did 413 to infantry, 244 to cavalry, 25 to artillery, for total 688. Spaz Meatball Brigade did 152 to infantry, captured 9, 42 to artillery, for total 204. Short Fuse Brigade did 404 to infantry, 55 to cavalry, for total 459. Losses, Hua Legion, 40 dead, 127 wounded, 35 missing, total 202, aggregate strength 2,601, 7% casualties. Spicy Meatballs, 7 dead, 36 wounded, 7 missing, total 50, aggregate strength 2,756, 2% casualties. Short Fuse Brigade, 8 dead, 39 wounded, 7 missing, total 54, aggregate strength 2,771, 2% casualties. Double Distilled Bastards, Wannabe Rangers, did 591 to infantry, 27 to artillery, captured 50 for total 668. Duff Riders did 260 to infantry, 44 to artillery, for total 314. The Bayou Emu Dragoons did 284 to infantry, 396 prisoners, 65 to cavalry, 23 to artillery, 32 captured, for total 801. And the Muppet Squad did 20 to infantry, 53 to cavalry, 19 artillery, for total 94. Losses, Wannabe Rangers, 48 dead, 309 wounded, 81 missing, for a total 438. Aggregate strength 1,871, 19% casualties. Duff Riders, 33 dead, 156 wounded, 31 missing, total 220. Aggregate strength 1,986, 10% casualties. Bayou Emu Dragoons, 23 dead, 125 wounded, 50 missing, total 198. Aggregate strength 2,052, 9% casualties. Muppet Squad, 12 dead, 13 wounded, 2 missing, total 27. Aggregate strength of 101. Sutherland's Artillery Division, Bouncing Bowlers did 103 to infantry, 70 to cavalry, 6 to artillery, total 179. Rocket Emus did 394 to infantry. They took prisoners, 93 infantry. Oh, yeah, the brigade that retreated right through them. They captured 93 of those guys. Wow. 12 to cavalry, 101 to artillery, for total 608 for an artillery battery. That's some good numbers. Davis Guards, 168 to infantry, 15 to cavalry, 99 to artillery, for total 286. Rumham Trash Battery, 124 to infantry, 2 to artillery, for 136. And the Mackinac Exiles, 41 to infantry, captured 10, 1 to cavalry. Wow. What the hell were you guys doing during the fight? You look damn horrible compared to everybody else. Losses, Bouncing Bowlers, 3 dead, 8 wounded, 3 missing. Rocket Emus, 4 dead, 14 wounded, 3 missing. And Davis Guards, 7 dead, 2 wounded, 3 missing. Not bad losses at all. And we didn't lose any of our officers this time, I don't think. Take a look at the dispatches, be faster. We did not lose any of our officers. Let's see if we got any of the federal officers. Wounded General Halleck. Halleck is a division commander? Really? Wounded Benham. That's 2 division commanders out of the Army of New England. Wounded Colonel Getty. Wounded General Wood. 2 division commanders, brigade commander, battery commander. That's all? We saw all of those division command structures out in the open, caught in crossfires, and that's all we grabbed out of all that was just those officers? You got to be kidding me. I'll get closed out of here and I'll see you all at the newspapers. And look at that. One of the brigades I retreated past has started reforming and taking log cabin lane. I hate that crap. Ugh. When they retreat past your lines, they should be surrendering. That's BS. That's the brigade that retreated past us, reformed, and started taking log cabin lane. Oh, what the hell? Glorious victory at Augusta, Maine, or the Second Battle of Augusta, Maine. Army of New England fleeing in panic, along with the Army of New Hampshire and the 37th Army. And it looks like they blame the loss on a poor old lieutenant colonel. And Wilder, is he the lieutenant colonel we killed? No. There's another one. Second Battle of Augusta has ended. Army of New England, Army of New Hampshire, and 37th Army retreating in panic. The Army's reported suffered total casualties of 9,325 men. There are 1,462 killed, 2,645 captured. Our casualties totaled 3,134 men, with 437 killed, 535 missing, and the rest are wounded. We captured 5,683 rifles and 18 guns from the field and sent 2,658 men off to our prison camps. Please stop sending them to Wheeling. I got other prison camps now you can send people to. Look at that. We got 10,000 prisoners at Wheeling now. I have other prison camps. Oh, come on. What does Andersonville look like? I got plenty of room at Andersonville. We put 2,000 more men in there, and it is upgrading. And isn't one at Marshall built yet? No, that one's still building. All right, let's get this battle rolled off. It's still November 1st. We haven't even advanced the whole day yet. And it was a one-day fight. The drug our ready is down, but not too badly. Used up a lot of our ammunition. But other than that, that was not too bad. Just wait for this to roll off, and then we'll do some weapons distributions. So all the captured weapons are going to go to the Army of Maine. All the, just to the fighting up there, they should be getting the captured weapons first before anybody else does. Kind of simulate taking over their armories and whatnot. All right, this should be rolled off already. It's only a one-day fight. And it did not go this late in the day. Huh. Let's see if there's any federal movement anywhere else. Should be no movement in Virginia, at least for the rest of the month of November. They might try something in December. They're still retreating up towards Nashville. How long for our readiness? 46 days. Well, like I said, they're not going to be moving for the rest of the winter. What about here? Is that army showed itself again? No. I mean, I could still make a move with McCullough's forces. Try and drag them out. So I really don't like, I mean, we are mostly supposed to be sitting on the defensive out here, but I really do want to get these forts in the Indian Territory taken down so I can bring them into my armies. I could use the numbers. As small as they are, I could use them. There we go. Finally rolled off. All right. So we got to distribute weapons. Doesn't look like we have much of anything available yet. Because our production is still very low. What I am going to do, since we're producing the Fayetteville muskets... That's a glitch. Should I? Oh, I do not have the subsidy funding for it. Ooh. Could build it without the subsidy funding because I want to put a foundry and an ironwork at Fayetteville since we're producing the Fayetteville rifles. And if I build it without the subsidy funding, it's going to be way more expensive. Add 12 million onto the price, so we got to let that subsidy funding build. Okay. So I want to put ironworks and a manufacturer there to simulate that we're producing the Fayetteville rifles there. So that's out of the question. All right. Let's go to the Army of Maine first. If we have enough captured Springfield rifles, we'll hand those out. We got just enough for the one more brigade to get them, so fried rocket chickens are getting those. You guys got Mississippi's Enfields. You need better weapons. You're going to get Springfield muskets. 2,900 man brigade. I don't have enough of any other weapon to hand out besides the Springfields to you. You have reboards. You have Springfields. What's your like? You're still 2,500 men. I mean, cavalry weapons, and I have not captured enough cavalry weapons. Even for all the casualties I'm doing to the federal cavalry, we have not captured enough of those cavalry weapons. You guys both have 14 pounders. All right, Western Army. Springfields. Do we have enough reboards yet? No, we do not. You have mixed, so you're going up to regulars. You have no cavalry weapons right now. You got 14 pounders. You got sixers. We have enough 14 pounders. We got enough for one battery. And I got to form this new division. I got to see which officer is going to get promoted to make that division. You guys have mixed muskets. Let's bring you up to Springfields. Do we have enough left for you guys? Just enough. $1,800. Do I have enough reboards yet? It says I have 2,000 of them, but won't let me hand them out. Progress are being used for replacements right now. Yeah, we don't have enough of any other weapon type to hand out yet. Fayettevilles are being made. They're actually producing fairly quickly. We're at 1.2 thousand already after 1 month of production. So they're actually producing fairly quickly. A little better than the reboards are, actually. But as we get more weapons built and handed out, their production rates will climb. So, didn't get as many weapons as I'd hoped. I do believe this episode's already over an hour, so I'm going to be ending this one here with a nice victory up in Maine. And just as a reminder, everybody, I am going on vacation, so there's going to be no new episodes for 3 weeks. So as I'll be on my next road trip, taking US 20 from Boston over to Washington, with a stopover for a reunion in South Dakota. So once again, if you're a new viewer, return viewer, not yet. Oh, and another reminder, I am doing no more recruitment on unit requests for the time being until we see some more volunteers come in. So just keep that in mind. No more unit requests. You can send the requests to me. I do have a list of units that are on standby. It's just until we have more troops available, they're just not being recruited yet. So what we do have is needed for replacements at this point. So once again, if you're a new viewer, return viewer, not yet subscribed, please think about blah, blah, blah. Why is it so hard to talk right now? So if you're a new viewer, return viewer, not yet subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. If you do, remember that bell icon so the next video comes out. You follow along in the series and enjoying it. Don't forget to bayonet that like button, butt stroke that comment section, and if you're watching on mobile, swipe right to hype, and I will see you all at the next episode. Stay grumpy.